just got to my camp. I stashed some gear where I'm going to set up my next camp, and I was scouting it out. I'm going to see what kind of fish are in that lake, if any. First, I'm going to spend the night here. It's going down to about minus 25 tonight, so it's nice to have an established camp with firewood. But while doing that, I went through a little creek and got a soaker in my boot. So it's been wet for a while, and it's getting colder than I'd like, so I'm going to get a fire going right away. Getting things back on track here, getting water for the night. Have my wet boot back on, but hoping to just finish chores quickly and then get it off and get it drying properly. Digging for some water here. I know there's a big layer of water and slush on this ice, and there's actually like a crack here where it's welling up. I conked out for an hour and it's 9:30 now. Stepped outside, it's 25 below. But a clear night and the stars are terrific. Walked a little ways out on the lake and looked north around the point. Seemed like the sky was shimmering a bit, some pillars, and I let my eyes adjust, and sure enough, northern lights are glowing up there. It's an amazing sight. Fueling up with a good brekkie. It's gonna be a full day. Pack up this camp, move, set up another, process firewood, get ready for some snow that's coming, and hopefully ice fish this new lake tomorrow. Look who just crawled out of hibernation. That warm stove is going away, buddy. Finally got everything to this new camp, and I'm really glad I scouted it yesterday. Knew exactly where I was going and had a broken trail. That was huge because the snow is pretty deep back there. Just want to take care of this dead tree so it doesn't fall on me. Yesterday when I scouted this place out, brought my fishing gear in, I also brought a new stove. Another stove? You serious? Yeah, Luigi from Boreal Outdoor Innovations has been hooking us up lately, and he sent us this beautiful stainless steel stove. We started out with the Great West Metal. It was a hunk of junk. We then went to the G Stove XL. It was beautiful. I love the stainless, but it wasn't powerful enough for this large tent in these temperatures, non-insulated tent. And then we got the Nyko Alaskan. The Nyko performed well. It is nice and big and it can heat this tent up very capably. But I miss the stainless of the G Stove. It's so sweet. Not having to worry about water and snow and rust, because it all gets in there. It's hard to keep snow out of here when you're packing up. So anyway, let's have a look. It's pretty much the same spec as the Nyko Alaskan. But yeah, it's stainless. Look at that. How beautiful is that? And there are certainly some differences. The door, I love this door. The Alaskan door is a bit fussy and it can really lock in. This one, I guess I can't say yet, but just looking at the design, it looks like it won't. Really nice damper. Made in Canada, gotta love that. And then these side mounts, there are two of them. And Luigi installed a rack. For the baffles. So there's a little rack back there where the baffle will sit, just like so, and that'll stretch our firewood even farther. It slows down the draft, so that the heat's not just shooting up the pipe and it has to circle around the baffle. So I'm very excited to try this. I can't say too much, I haven't used it yet, but it's beautiful, and just knowing the learning curve that we've gone through so far, I really expect this to be amazing. Everything on here is stainless steel, even the damper, except one piece. You'd never guess what it is. It's the spring on the damper pin, and that's like some alloy they use in nuclear operations. Has extremely high heat capacity, like it won't melt or warp, so that is exciting because the springs always seem to weaken on these, so I'm excited to see how that holds up. But anyway, just a beautiful stove, stainless. Can't wait to try it out. The legs are also different. They run the length of the stove rather than at the ends. So, and then you can put, there's a little gap here to put sticks through to help it float and prevent sink down, along with the silica reflector sheets. So yeah, honestly, this is like a Cadillac of stoves right here. So, set it up. And then I gotta get some wood going. On the hunt for firewood. I have enough for the evening, just trying to give myself a little cache. I can cold camp tonight. It's going to be pretty mild. I think -7 overnight. It's actually getting warmer into the night with this snowstorm blowing in tomorrow, and I think it's like, yeah, -7 and then up to 0 tomorrow. It hasn't been 0 for at least a month or two. Beautiful lake. I'm pretty excited about it. I hope it's not too shallow. I'll drill soon for water at least, and then see what the fishing's like tomorrow. Getting dark in the woods. Brand new pipe, so shiny, not for long. I threw a 4-inch elbow on the end of it so that I can direct it wherever I want based on the wind direction. So tonight, tomorrow, there's gonna be strong south wind. So I'll be aiming this, shooting it off to the north, keep the wind from blowing down it. Well, on satellite, this lake looks pretty shallow. So, let's hope I don't drill right into muck. If I hit a rock, then my blades are kaput, but I do have backups. Didn't hit bottom, so that's good. That's promising. I'm even more excited for tomorrow now. Got a piece of fat wood here. And that's just a piece of pine full of resin, naturally, from Scott in Florida. Thanks, man. I've been holding on to them, using them when needed. Tonight seems like an appropriate night. That was a full day. A very full day. In fact, I'm shocked that I'm not out of gas. I think I'm surviving on these pecan, coconut, and maple syrup clusters, but they keep catching in my throat. Good though. It's gonna be a good dinner tonight. Alright, move that candle away. First burn in the Woodlands XL. Yeah, baby. Part of the reason why I have so much faith in this stove is just working with Luigi. He puts his blood, sweat, and tears into this operation, Boreal Outdoor Innovations. And that means a lot. All made in Canada, US and Canadian parts. This is good stuff. And I said it's my first burn. This has been used a little for demo use. Just a little. Oops. So it has been burned in. Ah, it's hot. Doing barbecue pizza or barbecue calzones tonight. Red onion, bacon bits, green bell peppers, red bell peppers. It's going to be so good. I'm so hungry. Oh, and fresh garlic. A new wood stove and non-calzones. That's what this channel is all about. Got these all fried up. Transfer them to my plate. Toast up the naan with matzah in it, and then fill her up. I really think this could be the best calzone I've ever made. Possibly because I'm ravenously hungry. Oh yeah, and the pizza sauce is not just pizza sauce, but also barbecue sauce and sriracha, all mixed together. Melting out. I don't care, I'll eat it all. tastes so good right now. Side table's good for stuff like this. Just keeping the second one warm. Have some snow in that little pot for rinsing dishes after. The door on the stove is so beefy. It's like a vault. And that's the treasure. The sparkling jewels. One thing left to do today. Now that these are dry, I hung my mitts. They are starting to degrade. The goat leather palms are starting to tear at the edges where it meets this shell, synthetic shell. I shoe-gooed this one recently on the outside, sewed it a bit, but yeah, they're getting toward the end of life, but they've been fantastic. This is the Outdoor Research Ulti-Mitt. Really like it. But yeah, shoe goo, very useful. I use some on the tent when if I get like a tiny little pinprick burn hole from an ember. I'll just shoe goo it. It's not really worth sewing. I have sewed the tent as well, but for little stuff, shoe goo is quite nice. It won't last forever, but get me to the end of the season at least, maybe more. Alright, setting up the trail cam. And I pulled some lichen off some of my firewood. Rodent might come along, chew on that. Keep it out of the snow that's coming tonight though. Alright, see if anything turns up. Oh. Nice and mild this morning. Pretty good sleep. Feel pretty raw, but I'm looking forward to today. And start out with some firewood. Get all my firewood prep done, warm up like that, and then I'll be good for tonight. Minus 20 tonight, not too bad, but I'll still run the stove all night. Okay, just poured my coffee, and that's still boiling hot in that thermos. So with this trail camera, I can't see what's on it until I get home connected to the computer. But I see no tracks. My delicious lichen offering appears to be untouched. So I'm assuming there's absolutely nothing on there, but that's part of it, the hunt. I just got this, and now I have a small obsession immediately with trying to capture wildlife on it that I wouldn't otherwise get the chance to see. There are lynx around here. That's what I would really love to get on it someday. Wolves, black bear, all kinds of animals, fishers, marten, weasels. So yeah, I'm hoping I can get something on it someday, but it's just like fishing. You can't succeed every time, and that's what makes it fun and exciting. Alright. That'll do for tonight. Maybe another night. I'm going to experiment with some bigger rounds. It's a bigger stove, taller, so I can fit more in. This will burn a lot slower and throw less heat. But I'm always experimenting to see how long my burn times can run. I didn't use the baffle last night because I had poor quality wood. Well, not great. And I didn't want this to inhibit the draft and cause smoke to come billowing out. But I'll put it in tonight. It's just a rack that it sits on back there, and we'll see what that does for the burn time. So my drinking water had quite a bit of sediment in it, which I'm thinking means I was pretty close to the bottom. So I've just opened up my drinking water hole again here, buried it in snow so it would stay open. And I'm going to send down the underwater ice fishing camera. Have a look. It's pretty dark down there on a cloudy day, so I got to turn on the infrared lights. What the heck is that? It looks like a cable or a rope or something. Like it's way too linear to be natural. That is bizarre. This is off the beaten path. There's no sign of anyone coming in here, no tracks, nothing cut. I'm sure people have been here in before, but like, why would this be left behind? Maybe it's a relic of when there was forestry in this, around this lake. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can find anything deeper. On to the second hole. That's not what I wanted to see. Just looks desolate down there. These mucky bottom lakes, shallow. They're glorified swamps, so I'm not too hopeful looking at this. I'll keep walking, see if I can find any more depth. Yeah, same story here. And I'm about 2/3 of the way down the lake. It's only about 300 meters long, so my hopes are diminishing here. I'm at the end of the lake. This is it. Drill one more hole here. It's a little deeper here, but still not much and no signs of life. I'll still throw a line down, but doesn't look too good. Based on how shallow the lake is, I would say perch are possible, pike, speckled trout possible, if it's spring fed. So anyway, I'm gonna go small to not rule anything out. A little ultralight rip and wrap. It's gotten really nasty out. No luck with the fish. What are you gonna do? Now I know. That's always a good feeling. And on the bright side, I've got a beautiful camp here, which I'll be coming back to, hopefully with Aaron, to build an igloo, we hope. Hopefully that's gonna work out. Just a beautiful spot. I like to get a fire built before I go out on the ice in case I go through or something, especially when I'm alone. And if that doesn't happen, which it never does, not yet, it's just nice to have. All I have to do is light the fuse. See how that baffle's working. See how they can't go right up? You have to curl around the baffle. Oh, that's cool. Super hot. Wind is really gusting out there. That's why it's nice to be in a wooded area, not too exposed. Even this is somewhat exposed, but pretty good. Got dry clothes on, warm meal in my belly, scotch and a book, rest in my back. It sure makes you appreciate the simple things out here. Like, I'm so happy just to have these comforts now. After another day of, it's hard work. Not complaining, just saying. And I miss Aaron more than ever out here in the winter. For emotional reasons as always, but practical reasons, it's so much easier to camp in the summer alone than it is in the winter. So, can't wait to have her out next time. It's too bad about the fishing, but really, it's all about exploring. Fishing is the cherry on top. So, cheers to exploring. Okay, I just put a big round in. It's almost ridiculous to be putting that in there unsplit, but I'll put in a couple splits with it and see how it goes. It's amazing that the stove fits it like quite easily. So my first dinner, which was actually lunch, didn't go far enough, so doing some veggie curry. First night with the new stove, and I absolutely loved it. I knew I would. Opacity was very impressive, getting these big rounds in there, even bigger than this one. And they burnt fine as long as there were good coals, and throw a couple splits in too, just to get it going. Oh, getting a message from Aaron on the Zoleo. And yeah, it's just brilliantly designed. I love it. You'll see lots more of it. And this, I should say, this piece here is my galvanized elbow. That is not stainless, so if it looks different, that's why. But yeah, can't wait to use it again. We've got a fair amount of firewood here for next time when I come back with Aaron. And it's time to haul out. I'm going to clean out the stove. Got it pretty tidied up in here, so we'll come back to a really nice camp. Coming in off the creek back to my trail, and what do we have here? That is a pretty big print. Huh. It's got to be wolf, I would think. I don't think it's big enough for lynx, but wow, Just here. If only I had my trail cam here. Looks like it went off. Yeah, that way. That's amazing. The wind and snow yesterday and last night covered up any tracks, so these are very fresh. Either late last night or just this morning. The tracks continue here, and now I'm not sure if that could be lynx. I don't know, you tell me. It's pretty big. It's another one of the great things about winter is being able to see tracks. Just makes these animals that you never see feel so close. Can't wait to get back here with Aaron. We're gonna try again on the igloo. Another stove? You've got to be joking. He's joking, right?